Hi, boys and girls. Thought I would try something different and come to you today and share one of my favorite storybooks with you. It is called No More Water in the Tub. It's published by Scholastic Book Company and it's written and illustrated by Ted Arnold. No More Water in the Tub. No More Water in the Tub by Ted Arnold. In a bathroom near the top floor of a tall apartment building, William was ready for his bath. Walter had finished, and fresh water was running into the tub. Get in, William, hollered Mom. Walter, keep an eye on your brother. Leave the faucet on another minute. Then, no more water in the tub. Oh, Mom, William said as he climbed in. I like it deep. You heard me. One more minute. And she closed the bathroom door as she left. Walter reached for the faucet. Not yet, William yelled. Don't worry. I'm turning it on faster, Walter answered, so you'll get more water in 1 minute. He twisted the cold water handle and the water gushed into the tub. What if I turned it all the way until the faucet handle came off? Water blasted out of the fixture, and in an instant the bathroom flooded. The tub broke loose and floated away from the wall. When Mom looked in to see what all the racket was, water burst through the door, taking the tub with it. Down the hall, William sailed, leaving Mom and Walter behind. Picking up speed, he passed the kitchen and the living room, and he was headed straight for the front door. Just then, the front door opened. I'm home, yelled Dad. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. In the apartment below, Miss Mabel Hattie was serving tea to her bridge club members when she heard a bump at the front door. Oh, that must be Betty, she said. And as Mabel opened the front door, she said, Why are you always so late? But it wasn't Betty, it was William who answered. I didn't know you were expecting me, he hollered. As a wave of water tipped Mabel backwards, William rode his bathtub right on into the room. He circled the card table and followed the rushing waters back out the way he came. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub and Mabel on the table. One floor down, Sue and Vern Maddie were watering their houseplants when they heard a knock at the front door. Expecting a pizza delivery, Sue quickly answered the door. You're not our regular pizza boy, she said as William surfed into the room, followed by Mabel. Waves rolled through the apartment, crashed against the back wall, and turned over again. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub, Mabel on her table, and Sue and Vern were clinging to a fern. That's a kind of a plant. Downstairs, Uncle Nash stepped into the hall to take out his garbage. He felt a drop of water and he looked up. There was William in his bathtub plunging down a waterfall where the stairs used to be. "Oh, I see your folks are having some plumbing troubles," Uncle Nash said as the churning water swept him off his feet. Past the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Down went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clinging to the fern, and Uncle Nash was riding in his trash. Patty Fuzzle was just about ready to put her last jigsaw piece into place. She heard a knock and she thought her sister Natty was home from babysitting. But when she opened the door, it was William and the upstairs neighbors who spilled right into the room. "I have a sinking feeling that I'll never finish my puzzle," she cried as the surging water swirled around. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub, Mabel on the table, Sue and Vern clinging to the fern, Uncle Nash was in the trash, and Patty Fuzzle was steering her puzzle. While Mr. and Mrs. Hanratty were out, Natty Fuzzle was babysitting little Dottie. They were in the bathroom reading a story when they heard a key at the front door. "Oh, that must be your mom and dad," said Natty, when she heard water roaring down the hall toward the bathroom. William's tub pushed the Hanrattys inside. "We're home," they managed to say. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table, Sue and Vern clinging to that fern, Uncle Nash still sitting in his trash, Patty Fuzzle steering her puzzle, and little Dottie was sailing right on her potty. Downstairs, the Ferlinghetti string quartet had been practicing all evening. "Hmm, mind if I fix the snack?" said Mr. Bello from the kitchen. "No, go right ahead, make yourself at home," answered Mrs. Ferlinghetti. Suddenly the stove caught fire. Flames spread quickly. "Help! Call the fire department!" cried Mr. Bello. "The building's on fire!" The fire alarm began to ring and everyone jumped to their feet. Mr. Bello reached the door first and threw it open, yelling, "Help! Run for your lives!" "But I just got here," William cried. He and the neighbors stormed in on a tidal wave that flooded the burning apartment. The flames hissed and smoke and steam filled the air, and just as quickly as the fire had started, it was gone, and the water began to drain away. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub, Mabel on her table, Sue and Vern clinging to the fern, Uncle Nash sat in the trash, Patty Fuzzle steered her puzzle, little Dottie sailed the potty, and Mr. Bello rode his cello. Fire trucks and crowds of people arrived as William clattered down the front steps of the building. The tub ran aground in the street, and all of William's neighbors washed up behind it. "Good work putting out that fire, son," said the fire chief. "You're a hero." And he hung a heavy medal right around William's neck, and everybody cheered. "Do you really think this happened?" Well, let's keep reading and find out. Then They all went home, Walter said. The end. That was a really great story, Walter. Tell me another one. Tell me another one, begged William. "Hmm. Okay," said Walter, and then he started a new one. William forgot all about turning the water off in just 1 minute. The bathtub overflowed and quickly flooded the floor. Mom threw open the door and screamed, "No more water!" But it was too late. The tub broke loose and floated away from the wall, and then out the window and down the fire escape went William in his bathtub. The end. That was crazy. So, did that really happen? Was that a nonfiction? No, that was fiction. It was all make believe. It was all a story that Walter told his brother, probably to get him in the tub. Well, I hope you enjoyed one of my favorite water stories. If you would like, you could draw a picture about your favorite part of the story and write a sentence about why that was your favorite part. I think my favorite part was, let's see, oh, right here, when the beginning of Walter's story first started, when he turned the water on so hard that the faucet came off and water went everywhere. That's my favorite part. What's your favorite part? You'll have to draw a picture and let us know. Well, talk to you later, boys and girls. Thanks for tuning in and listening to my favorite story, No More Water in the Tub. Bye.